So I've just made it up from down there where the culvert was and up the stream. I've just looked down into the stream and I've noticed it's absolutely bone dry here. So where's it gone? That's what I want to know. I mean, that is bone dry, and yet further down there it's flowing. So where's it gone? Let's go have a look. Has it gone underground? It sort of disappears here, and then you can see it again down there. But there's no culvert pipe there. As you can see, there's nothing there. I wonder if it runs underground, or, you know, because that's the water level there, same as this one. So it must either divert around the back, or it's just not flowing up here whatsoever. That is strange, but it's really deep over there. So that's what made me wonder if it comes underneath. But this is definitely where you can see where it would have flown. Oh. Yeah, it's really strange, and then there's a bit of water further up. I'll have to see where the source is anyway. So just a bit further up, quite a lot of tree felling again. And then this strange contraption. So we've got brick walls on both sides. Okay, so there's another feeder there in a culvert. That's obviously to retain the banking. So when the water washes down here, it doesn't wear the banking away and it slides down. Basically hits the wall and then bounces back, because there's one on this side as well, and then flows off down there. But like I said, it's bone dry there, and it's pretty dry here as well. So maybe it's just not flowing because it's not been raining for a few days. But you can see the stream to the left, so that's where it comes from, the source, which is not far up there, a few miles up there, and that's another feeder. Let's go have a look. Now the weird thing is, I can hear water flowing up this pipe, but I can't see anything coming out. Let's have a look. It's definitely a slope, there's a gradient there, and I can see a chamber at the top. So maybe it diverts at that chamber. That might be another diversion, maybe, because there is the first retention pond just up there in them trees. Maybe it now diverts and feeds the retention pond up there and goes via the ponds instead to slow the flow of the water. Because as you can see, this hasn't flowed for a long time. It's not even wet, and this is empty as well. So I'm guessing that's what it does. So this would have been the original route before those houses were built. Now it will go via the retention pond, and the water that you're seeing further down on the stream will be what's been fed from the retention ponds. So that will explain it. So it's been diverted in there. Just before we leave, I just want to show you up there, there's a bit of damage on the roof there, look. You can see the concrete lining and a hole in the roof. Now I don't think that has collapsed, because this concrete is really well reinforced. As you can see, it's intact. So that collapse is somewhere here. That to me looks like somebody's bashed it in. I bet some kids have come down and smashed a hole in there so they can get inside, because there's a piece of metal on it now, like a metal lining. I think it's been resealed, but because of the bars, they've smashed a hole in there. Anyway, let's keep going. So we've reached Journey's End for the Throstle Car Beck. And I was just going to say to you, the camera, there's a lot of housing up there now. And on the maps, this stream doesn't seem to continue any further than these houses. And now I know why. There's a culvert down there. So, let's go check it out. This probably flows underneath the houses. And it may even be the outlets from the streets of the houses that comes out of there. Anyway, let's go have a look. You can just see how well made this one is. We've got a lining for the floor here to stop it eroding. Again, when the water comes out here, it started to erode it there, but it would have hit this side here and then headed down there. So that's quite a clever design, but there's no water coming out of it again. Now, I'm curious as to what this is. This looks like a piece of dressed stone. It's solid stone. It's got carvings and marks in it. So I would say that's come from a building of some sort in the area, because that's concrete. It's nothing to do with this. But anyway, it's a bit stagnant here. You see it's green, so I'm not going to be touching that. But anyway, a couple of barriers there as well to break up the flow of the water as it comes out. So it would have hit them and gone over and stepped its way down here and then hit that side and flowed off that way. So this is the source of the Throstle Car Beck, wherever that comes from. I might do a bit of research on that and see if I can find out where that comes from, and also if it continues beyond here, because I don't think it does. But anyway, let's have a look inside. It absolutely stinks up here. It smells of stale, stagnant water. Yeah, there's a bend in there, look. So it bends to the right sharply and heads on up into the housing estate. And again, I'm curious to know what the source of this one is. So the culvert we just looked at is somewhere down there at the bottom of the hill in the trees. So it took a sharp turn to the right, so that means it heads up this way. I reckon it now heads through the new housing estate there, because this is a natural valley here all the way through. I think the original stream, or the beck, would have ran through here and onwards, but now there's all these new house builds here, so this has been raised up and levelled. So I don't think I think basically they've culverted the water underneath that. But anyway, let's go find the other source of the first culvert that we saw. I'm going to make my way around here and all the way back down the other side of the ponds, and hopefully we can find the culvert. Just take a look at the country park sign here. You can see what I'm talking about. So there's the stream, or the beck, that we followed in the other videos. That's where the dam was here in a couple of videos back. That's where I unblocked it in the last one, somewhere around here. So it flows all the way up here, and you can see you've got the balancing ponds. Now there was another one in there, but it wasn't used, and there's another one here which isn't used. These two here are obviously now fed from these, whereas it used to run up here and continue through here. But now it's all culverted there, and it now goes via the ponds and then down. So just away from the sign there, we've got a culvert here, which is empty. So that will be another feed from these houses here into another balancing pond here, which is dry. And I can see another culvert down there. So this culvert here just goes straight through into this small balancing pond here. And then there's as you can see there, look, it's just through there. There's another one down there. And then I think I can see our source for the other culvert further down. So again, straight through here, another pond, and then another one straight through. And then this is what I think is the source of the other culvert, the first one that we saw. There, because that doesn't go through. I think that goes in there and bends right and down to the other outlet where I was earlier on. So that's the one that I said went into a chamber at the top. So if you stand on the hill here, you can see it goes in there and then the land drops away there. So this heads under here and down that way. So I've almost made it back to where we started the video. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that small little explore there of the Throstle Car Beck, all the way from Rothwell, Robin Hood and up here to Middleton. Now, if there's any culverts that need cleaning or I see any flooding, I'll be on it and I'll film it and it'll be on the channel. But what I might do now for a future video is move on to another watercourse or beck in the area, because there is plenty around here. This is just one of many. So I'll move on to the next section and have a look at those ones, because there is more culverts to come further down. And also, some of them are a lot older than these ones. These are quite new. There are some Victorian ones further down. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.